Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Senior Night at Van Taylor Stadium on the campus of Lander University for tonight's non-conference match between the Queen's University of Charlotte Royals and your Lander University Bearcats. At this time, we will introduce the starters for tonight's match. First, the visitors from Queens. The keeper, number 30, Sergio Lemus. Number 2, Michael Hornsby. Number 3, Pedro Oliveira. Number 5, Rene Ufing. Number 7, Liam Doyle. Number 8, Michael James. Number 10, Juan Carlos Carrillo. Number 11, Edmundo Robinson. Number 12, Keegan Burton. Number 14, Omer Okiar. And number 16, Kieran Gore. The Royals are coached by Oliver Carrillas and assisted by David Short and Bruce Modern. And now, the starters for your Lander University Bearcats. The keeper, a freshman from Oslo, Norway, number 13, Alexander Hobo. A sophomore from Basingstoke, England, number 2, George Knight. A junior from Enfield, England, number 3, Richard Bryan. A junior from Newcastle, England, number 4, Jordan Skelton. A senior from Haverhill, England, number 5, Ian Folger. A senior from Grimsby, England, number 6, Alex Garner. A junior from Mansfield, England, number 7, Oliver Brock. A junior from London, England, number 12, Sinclair Sandy. A sophomore from Motherwell, Scotland, number 16, Robbie Young. A junior from Patia, Sweden, number 18, Sia Jamadar. A freshman from Laval, France, number 19, Thibaut Chrétien. And a senior from Larborf, Scotland, number 24, Jamie Lunn. The Bearcats are coached by Lee Squires and assisted by James Smith and Rob Seaton. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and gentlemen remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. The Peach Belt Conference promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for immediate removal. Thank you for your continued support of Lander University Athletics and the Peach Belt Conference. We would like to remind fans that Lander University is a tobacco-free environment and that pets are not allowed on the premises. Also, fans are not allowed to bring outside food inside the stadium. Fans, remember to check in on the Blue Army app where you can earn 10 points for attending tonight's match. If you haven't done so, be sure to download the Blue Army app for free on the Apple, iTunes, and Google Play online stores. Attend games, earn points, and get rewarded. Be sure to stop by Bearcat Concessions. And good evening, everybody, and welcome into Van Taylor Stadium here in Greenwood, South Carolina. And welcome to this non-conference match between the Lander Bearcats and the Royals of Queens out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Hello, everyone. Rickson Lane along with you. Glad to have you join us tonight for men's soccer action. 5 o'clock kickoff this evening between the Bearcats and the Royals. Lander coming into the night with a 10-2-1 overall record. Queens University 6-5-4 on the season. The Royals have been a scrappy bunch throughout the year. We'll go ahead and give you the starters first tonight for the Royals. In goal tonight is the junior from Santiago, Chile, Sergio Lemus. The defenders tonight, operating along the back line for Oliver Carius' squad, it'll be number 2, Michael Hornsby, a freshman from Biberach Anderis, Germany. Number 3 is Pedro Oliveira, a junior from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Also along the back, number 14, Omar Okiar, junior from Neuss, Germany. And number 16, Kieran Gore, a freshman from Essex, England. Midfielders this evening for the Royals. Number 5, Rene Ufing, junior from Buchholz, Germany. Number 7, Liam Doyle, a junior from Newcastle, England. Number 8, Michael James, junior from Wilmington, North Carolina. And the forwards tonight for Queens. Number 10, Juan Carlos Carrillo, a graduate student from Cordoba, Spain. Number 11, Edmundo Robinson, junior from Stone Mountain, Georgia. And number 12, Keegan Burton, freshman from Cresswell, England. For the Lander Bearcats tonight, Alexander Holbo will get his 3rd start of the season. 2nd consecutive start between the pipes for Lee Squire's squad. Freshman out of Oslo, Norway. Defenders for Lander tonight, George Knight, sophomore from Basingstoke, England. Number 3 is Richard Bryan, junior from Enfield, England. Number 4, Jordan Skelton, the captain from Newcastle, England. Number 5, Ian Folger, senior from Haverhill, England. The midfielders, number 7, Oliver Brock, junior from Mansfield, England. Number 12, Sinclair Sandy, junior from London, England. Number 18, Sia Jamadar. He is a junior from Patia, Sweden. Number 19, the freshman from Laval, France, Thibaut Chrétien. Bearcats put a ball in the box in the opening 4 minutes. Lemus will race out to control it. The forwards tonight for Lander, number 16, Robbie Young, a sophomore from Motherwell, Scotland. Number 24, Jamie Lunn, senior from Larberth, Scotland. Lander coming off a 2-1 home victory 4 nights ago against Carson Newman. That ran the Bearcats' overall record to 10-2-1 as Knight saves it along the near sideline. They're trying to make a play down that near sideline. He's got Sinclair Sandy there to help him as well as he operates back. Queens in the striped royal blue and old Vegas gold unis. They've got blue numbers, white outline. It'll be difficult to read those numbers. We'll do our best, especially in this late afternoon sun here at Van Taylor Stadium. Dark blue shorts trimmed in gold, blue socks as well. For Lander, the home white uniforms, blue letters and numbers, blue shorts and white socks. Five minutes into this one, no score, Lander and Queens.
pressured as Robinson took it. Brock and Folger applying the defensive intensity. First of a pair of matches we'll be bringing to you tonight. That one crossed in, ushered to the near side of the box by the Bearcats, now sliding back into the center of the box. Nobody home for Queens. Now Sandy's going to take it near side. He's got green grass in front of him. He'll play it to Knight. Knight going to be unable to save it. Olbo controls it at his feet. Brock's going to send a long ball. That was Knight trying to get it off his right foot. Could not do it. Good idea there from Brock. Lander Bearcats with only one remaining match on their regular season schedule after tonight. They'll go on the road, take on the Georgia Southwestern Hurricanes. They'll be off to Evans, Georgia, for the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. Lander will go in as either the 1 or the 2 seed. Bearcats have a chance to claim a conference title with a victory over Georgia Southwestern on Saturday afternoon, as the clock will stop as Sinclair Sandy, he may have lost a cleat there. Sandy actually going to be tended to by one of the Bearcat trainers. We'll step aside for a moment. 36:06 remaining first period. No score between Lander and Queens. You're listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Sinclair Sandy out. He'll be replaced by Sam Lofts as Brock sends the free kick directly into the wall, and Queens comes out with possession. Bearcats play it back along midfield. Now Folger trying to race back. He's going to send it all the way out to Holbo. Holbo peer over the field and send it right side to Knight. Knight tried to make a move there, unable to get around his defender, is guarded closely by Carrillo. A slide tackle made by the Bearcats just beyond the box. Play on, says our official. There will be a lot of eyeballs on the lads in the red and orange shirts tonight after those of us who witnessed the Carson Newman match were treated to 8 cards in a span of about 30 minutes in the second half. A match that left neither side too pleased with the manner in which it was officiated. One of the best games we've seen all season here at Van Taylor Stadium. That was 2 really good teams going at it between the Bearcats and the Eagles of Carson Newman, 2 of the top teams in the Southeast. Ball headed away nicely by Skelton as the defender, and Brock will clear it out to midfield. Lemus comes out, boots it. Ball misplayed by Brock, but Skelton will send it back to Holbo. Bearcats looking a little shaky here early on. A couple of balls have just been a few feet off target. Might have that matchup with the Hurricanes on their minds. That's a match that will potentially determine conference championship. Georgia Southwestern can end the race for the Peach Belt Conference title this afternoon in the next 12 minutes, but they trail Young Harris 1-0 right now at home. Young Harris has to win that match to stay alive for at least a share of the conference title. If they tie or lose, Lander wins the outright title before they even make the trip down to Americus, Georgia. Ball put into the box, no problem there for Lemus. If Young Harris hangs on and holds on to this 1-goal lead over Georgia Southwestern, the Bearcats would have to go to the Hurricanes and either win or draw to clinch their second consecutive league title in the regular season. It's Chrétien double team. He's going to turn and try to make a run left side. Closely guarded by Queens. This is Queens' defense that has not shied away from being very close on these Bearcat attackers, not giving them a lot of room to operate. Now Skelton wants to play one through. Going to send it down towards the far flag. Foot race for Lund. Can he save it? Knocked it out of play. They will say off of Lander, I believe. And throw in to Queens. .32-25 showing in the first period. No score, Lander and Queens. Good to have you join us tonight on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. We remind you to keep track of all things Lander. Follow the Bearcats on Twitter at Lander Athletics, on Facebook at Lander Athletics. You can subscribe to the Bearcat Broadcasting Network by going to youtube.com/Lander Athletics, and also follow us on Instagram at Lander Bearcats. Battle for the ball on the near sideline, won by Queens. Long ball ahead to Holbo, no trouble, is on a Royal in sight. These teams kind of feeling each other out here in the opening 13 and a half minutes. Pass to Chrétien, far side. It'll be played back to midfield. A nice move there by Brock to create some space. Now weaving back towards the center of the pitch. Lofts wanted to make a run right side, but the pass picked off by the Royals. try to get it ahead to Robinson. Defended closely by Folger, and Lander comes out with possession. Robinson, native of Stone Mountain, Georgia, played his prep ball at St. Pius Ex-Catholic. As Knight works it back to Holboat. Now Knight near side, looking for space. Still got the ball. He'll push it right side to Young. Young going to send to the box. Wanted to find Lunn. The pass knocked away. Robinson is the top goal scorer for these Royals. He's got 10 goals on the season. 10 of the 23 that Queens has scored this year. Meanwhile, the Bearcats have really spread the wealth. Their leading goal scorer this year, Sam Lofts and Jordan Skelton, each with 6. Bearcats have scored 35 goals on the year, allowed just 16. Lofts and Skelton with 6 apiece. Young has 4. Cretty and Jamadar each with 3. Bryan and Knight have 2. As the sun creeps back out from beyond the cloud cover here at Van Taylor Stadium to make it a little more difficult to bring you the most accurate description of what's going on across the way, but we will try our best. These 5 o'clock kickoffs, there's not a lot of cloud cover, and sometimes it'd be difficult to tell what all is happening over towards the benches. Ball misplayed in the center. And Lander got an opportunity here with Lund. He's got Young coming up on his right side. He'll give it off. Young in a foot race on the far side. Trying to look for space. Brought down. A whistle and a foul called against Queens. Young was trying to set something up right in front of the corner flag, and he was brought to the ground. Six and a half minutes remaining down in Georgia. Young Harris up a goal on Georgia Southwestern. Ball in the box. Lander's got it on the far side. Going to be lofted back across. Nobody there. Played out of bounds. Bearcats trying to extend a 14-match winning streak here at home. They have not dropped a contest at Van Taylor Stadium since September 4th, 2016. That was the home opener a season ago against the Lenore-Rhine Bears. Slide tackle by Brock, and he'll be whistled. No card for Brock, just a quick chat. Free kick coming up for Queens. These two teams have some opponents in common this year. Queens defeated Clayton State in their season opener 2-1. That ball booted out of play on the attack attempt. Lander knocked off the Lakers 2-0. Bearcats beat North Georgia 1-0 in overtime. Queens fell to North Georgia by a goal. The Royals made fairly easy work of Flagler, 4-1. Lander went to double overtime with the Saints before eking out a 3-2 victory. Of course, Carson Newman was here a few nights back. Bearcats won that one 2-1. Those Eagles beat Queens 2-0. Hobo able to get a piece of that one. Nora Ryan knocked off the Bearcats 3-0 for Lander's first loss of the season. Queens played the Bears to a draw after 2 scoreless overtimes. Catawba, the Bearcats took down 6-3. Catawba drew with Queens 1-1. A lot of teams in common and really hard to get a read on just who the Royals are. Mixed bag of results against a mixed bag of opponents. They have certainly have the stamina to take on a longer outing. They have drawn 4 times this year. Lincoln Memorial, Lenore Rhine, Catawba, and Limestone. Ball be headed back far side. Queen's going to try to clear it. Jamadar went up for it, unable to get it. Now Lander double teaming near side. Carrillo between Young and Knight on the defense for the Bearcats. 23:50 to go, opening period, no score between Lander and the Royals. Brock trying to make a play in the middle of the pitch. Instead, ball back to Queens. Bryan going to make a run far side. Got Lofson Young in the middle. Ball cleared away by the Queens defense. Then he'll try to regroup with Jamadar. Couldn't quite find a clean handle. The ball sent to Young. He'll try to track it down in the corner and unable to do so. Goal kick coming up for Queens with 22:33 to go in the opening period. Knight's cross deflected. The Royals unable to save that one on the near sideline. Throw in coming into the Bearcats. Score between the Bearcats and Royals. Regular season home finale for Lander. They go on the road Saturday to wrap up the regular season, assured of a top 2 seed in the Peach Belt Conference. Trying to secure their positioning for the NCAA tournament. So important in this conference where you only have 7 matches. Take care of business against the teams you're expected to defeat. Lander has done that up to this point. Then in the non-conference, got to pick up as many wins as you can, because this year in the conference tournaments, there will be automatic qualifiers for the champions. If a low seed manages to sneak their way to the championship and win it, that's a spot that a bubble team may see disappear out from under them. Bearcats don't want to be in that position. Minutes to go, first period. No score here. Glad to have you join us on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. The NCAA regional rankings that have just come out have the Bearcats currently second behind the Limestone Saints. The top 2 teams host the NCAA tournament. A win today would certainly bolster Lander's chances. The Royals not in the rankings at the moment. It is Limestone 1, Lander 2, Lenore-Ryan 3, Young Harris 4, Chowan 5, Wingate 6, Carson Newman 7, and Lincoln Memorial 8. So Limestone and Lander right now atop the region. The NCAA unveiling their newest regional rankings. Bearcats have not moved in the national poll put together by the United Soccer Coaches. In the past 2 weeks, they've been stuck at number 17 now as their 3rd consecutive week. And the national polls do not factor into the NCAA tournament. Well, a misplay there by Young, and Robinson's got it. Folger able to knock it free. Knight working to defend, able to pry it free. Brock will send it back over to Knight. Long ball sent down the near sideline. Controlled by Okiar. He'll get it back from Lemus. Sliding shot rolling all the way to Holbo. Only 4 shots thus far between these two squads. Landers had 3 of them. No shots on goal. Six fouls, 3 apiece thus far. 17 minutes remaining in the opening period. Ball out, and Lemus able to corral it before Young got to it. Is final from Americas Georgia, 1-0 Young Harris over the Hurricanes. So Lander officially holds the conference title in their grasp. Have to go to Georgia 3 days and either win or draw against the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern. Georgia Southwestern currently 5-9, now 5-10-1 on the year. They are 1-6 in the league. Pardon me, 5-9-1, 1-5 in the league. They'll have one final match against the Bearcats. Salima skies for that one. That'll be the Hurricanes senior day, and they will not go to the conference tournament. So it will be one last shot for Georgia Southwestern seniors to make some noise and come up with what would be a huge upset. The 6 teams that will be in the conference tournament starting to take shape now. Lander, Young Harris, North Georgia, Clayton State, USC Aiken all in definitively. Bearcats working to extend a 14-match winning streak at home. They are also holding an 8-match unbeaten streak. They have not fallen since a 3-2 road loss to Anderson dropped them to 3-2 on the season. Since then, 7-0-1 as Queens goes to the bench. Adam Ward, sophomore from Birmingham, England, will come into the match. For Lander, it'll be Alexander Cox-Ashwood, the freshman from Wittenheim, France. For them, Lars Kveseth, just like it's spelled. The Bearcats managed to pick up a victory or a draw today against Queens. That will give them a 9-match unbeaten streak. They have achieved a 9-match unbeaten streak in each of Lee Squire's first 2 seasons, trying to do it for a 3rd consecutive year here on Wednesday evening in Greenwood. And an evenly contested battle thus far with 12:30 remaining in the opening period. No score. Knight there to take that pass away in the center. Chrétien far side. Cox-Ashwood in the middle. Kveseth on the left. Chrétien, left side, sends it in the box. Taken away by Queens. We'll have a whistle and a foul, and the clock will stop at 11:58. Ian Folger will be on the receiving end, of a yellow card. A free kick coming for Queens. Ball free in the box, and it's in. The Royals get on the board first here in Greenwood off the free kick. Ball ricocheted into the right side of the box. And Queens is out in front 1-0, 11:53 to go in the opening period. The Royals grab the lead here late in the first. Goal will be credited to number 5, Renee Ufing, the junior from Bocholt, Germany. Kvesif unable to save it near side. That will go down, I believe, as the first career goal for Renee Ufing. As Lander down 1-0 here at home. Under 10 minutes remaining in the first period. Lander down 1-0. Open goal here for Lander. Loft's going to fire, saved away by Lemus. And Lander unable to take advantage. Lemus way out of position. Lofts could not sneak it by him. That's a correction on the goal for the Royals. It's going to be an own goal against Lander. As Ufing was in the area, but he was shielded away by a Bearcat defender, and the ball was headed into the far side of the net as Holbo was over to the left. Bearcats looking for the equalizer here, 7.5 minutes. The opening period, an own goal, giving Lander a deficit here in the first period. 7 minutes to play in the first period. Throw in near side for Queens. Also a 5:50 to go in the period. Throw in coming for the Bearcats. .45 left in the period. Bearcats down 1. Bearcats looking to get on the board here. Down 1. It's been a while since Lander trailed at home at halftime. Bearcats have held the lead at the break of every home match this season. They were down 1-0 on the road against Young Harris. Knight will throw it in. Love's going to push it ahead to Cox Ashwood. Ashwood right side. Lemus comes out and corrals it. Aggressive play there from Lemus. Two minutes remaining in the period. Final 100 seconds of the period. Bearcats try to get on the board here. Avoid taking a deficit into the break. Skelton has his pass intercepted away. Read well by Oliveira. Five seconds to go in the period. Cox Ashwood near side. Flicks it back to Knight. Now Cox Ashwood will cross it into Chrétien. Chrétien controls it with the chest. And we called for a high kick. That'll do it for the first period. Lander down a goal against the Queens Royals here at Van Taylor Stadium. We'll step aside. Second half action coming up when we return to Greenwood. Bearcats down 1-0. You're listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network.
goal for tonight's halftime contest. Our contestants will be participating in the Van Taylor Penalty Kick Challenge. Each contestant will separately attempt 2 penalty kicks against longtime Lander soccer coach and 10-year professional soccer player, Van Taylor. Our first contestant is Ryan Studer. He's 20 years old, from Prosperity, South Carolina, and a business marketing major. That's 1 for 2 for Ryan. Up next is Kayla Thompson. She's 19 years old, from New York, and a chemistry pre-med major. from Charleston, South Carolina, and a nursing major. That's 0 for 2 for Tori. Next is Brianna Johnson. She's 19 years old, a nursing major from Greenwood. For 2 for Brianna. She's the leader in the clubhouse. As we move to our final contestant, Amanda Crumpton. She's 21 years old from Easley, South Carolina, and she is a psychology major. Congratulations to Brianna. You are tonight's winner of the Van Taylor Penalty Kick Challenge. You will receive a Lander prize bag. Let's give a round of applause to all of our contestants for participating and Coach Van Taylor for dusting off the cleats.
Second half action now from Van Taylor Stadium. Rickson Lane with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Lander trailing the Queens Royals 1-0 at the break. An own goal, the only score of the opening period here in Greenwood, South Carolina, as the Bearcats try to right the ship here in the second period. Looking to extend an 8-match unbeaten streak, a 14-match winning streak at home. They've got some work to do. Some stats for you from the first half. Bearcats outshot Queens 4-2. One shot on goal for both teams. One corner kick for Queens, none for Lander. Fouls were even 5 apiece. There was one yellow card issued to Lander's Ian Folger. Sergio Lemus, the goalkeeper for Queens, made one save in the first period, and that was all for either side. The own goal coming the 33rd minute of the first period for Queens off a free kick. Hobo come out and cover that one up. This is the 16th all-time meeting between Lander and Queens. Bearcats lead the all-time series. 6 wins, 3 losses, and 4 draws. These teams have not faced one another in over a decade. 2007 season opener, the last time Bearcats and Royals met up. That game ended in a 1-1 draw. Hobo comes out to boot that one away. This will play that one with the chest, nearly deflected back by Sam Lofts. Now Chrétien's got it at his feet. Chrétien wants to make a move, had it tackled away from him. The center of the pitch, handled momentarily by Young, and then we'll have a whistle, and this one will go against the Royals. Deflected away, goal kick for Lemus and the Royals. 40-45 to go in regulation. Bearcats down 1. Chrétien working far side. Freshman's got 3 goals on the year. He wants to put it in the box, but shielded away by the Royals defenders, and Lemus will cover it up. 39-33 left in the regulation here, and the Bearcats really not been able to get much of a semblance of an offensive attack going. Coming up next, you'll see Lander and Georgia College women. There's a shot on the way. Hobo punches it out right side. Got to hurry to his feet as that was deflected out of bounds. Nicely done by Alexander Hobo, the freshman out of Norway. Clock will stop at the 39-minute mark. Not sure what the whistle was for. We've got a yellow card issued. Looks like this one's going to go against Edmundo Robinson, a striker for Queens. The Royals still on the attack as they put it in the box. Hobo punches it out again. One tried to get Chrétien started on a run. Instead, the Royals looking to attack once more far side. Ball into the box, headed away by Lander. Chrétien has it at his feet. Out of play, throw in to Lander. Another ball into the box, headed wide. It will be a corner kick coming up for Queens. The Royals will have a corner here, leading 1-0 with 37 and change to go in the second period. Cats keep that one out of danger. And out of play, throw in Lander. Try to get the ball ahead to Chrétien, but nobody behind him. He headed it towards the goal as if he was anticipating a Bearcat forward in the area, but no one was there. Brian will push it back to Hobo. Send it towards the center of the pitch. Robinson right side. Robinson going to shoot and score. Edmundo Robinson with his 11th goal of the season. And Queens has got a 2-0 lead on the Bearcats, 35-47 remaining.
Number 11, Edmundo Robinson. Queens leads 2-0.
Bearcats And a big hole now, down 2. Robinson able to beat Holbo. Landers got some work to do now, trailing by a pair. This is the largest deficit the Bearcats have faced at home all season. They trailed 2-1 to Chowan in the first half of the season opener. Into Loft's far side of the box. Loft's looking for some space, trying to get something going. A lot of blue and gold jerseys. The assist on the Robinson goal will be credited to Liam Doyle. First time the Bearcats have faced a 2-goal deficit at Van Taylor Stadium since October 15th of last season. They were in a similar spot against Young Harris. The 58th minute. They trailed 2-0. Got goals from Brian Lofts and the game winner from Michael Leach to cap a furious rally for an overtime victory. Got to find a way to slow down the Royals' attack here as Queens trying to find the back of the net for the 3rd time. Another corner kick for the Royals. Headed left. Tyler Bolton taps it away, and then Chrétien blasts it towards the Royals bench. Will come out and grab that one. 32.5 to play. Lander down a pair. Brian near sideline. George Knight looking for space. Gives it to Chrétien. Wants to lob it near sideline to Knight once more. So on a foul, that one's going to go against Knight. Bearcats are going to send Kveseth back into the match. Freshman from Gajovik, Norway. offsides flag goes up against the Royals, and Lander will get possession back. Young and Bryan trying to run left side. Ball goes back to Bryan. Try to cross it in, was looking for Lofts. Jamadar there. Send it over to Young. Young tripped up by a pair of defenders, still fighting for possession. Lander comes out with it. Now Bryan. All knocked away. Be off of Lander. Whistle against Queens, 29:45 to go. Lander down 2-0. Bearcats with a trio of subs waiting to check in. Kavessa Thamunda, I think Oliver Brock might be also set to return to the match. Young tried to thread the needle there to Lund. Chrétien left side, looking for space. Maneuvers onto the end line, sends it across. Header high and over the crossbar.
Substitutions for Lander, number 7, Oliver Brock. Number 22, Lars Kavessa. Number 31, Corentin Demutin.
Brock, Kavessa, and Demutin will check in for Lander. Corentin Demutin, the sophomore from France, his first action of the evening. .28:34 showing on the clock, and Lander down 2-0. Young defended tightly once more, and the ball clipped away. Far side taken by the Royals. Another opportunity in the box. Looking for space. Cleared away by Lander. The Cats have not been shut out at home since their last home loss that came on September 4th of last season. 2-0 defeat at the hands of Lenore Rhine, as Holbo controls that one on one hop. Young comes and takes that one away, gives it to Demutin. He'll take it up the left side. Ball pushed ahead, but Lund not able to get there in time. Thomas will take his time and look over the field. 26:15 showing on the clock. Bearcats trail 2-0. Now Skelton comes out with it. Head to Lund. Cannot control it. Brock along the far sideline. Battle for it in front of the Bearcat bench. Throw in to Lander. We get a piece of that header, but out of play. Throw in Queens. So it'll be taken by Michael James. A nice job by Lofts to get a piece of that pass, but Kavessa couldn't get control of it to start a Bearcat run. And Queens clears it far side of the pitch. 25 minutes to go in the second period. Queens Royals on the move once more offensively. Another opportunity, Holbo diving stop. The Royals have come into Van Taylor Stadium and have not been intimidated by the nationally ranked Bearcats or by this home winning streak. And in control of this match at the moment, up 2-0. 24 minutes remaining. DeMutin comes out with it. 4 Bearcats in front of him. He's going to send a long ball ahead, but no one's there. Lemus will control. Sent back to Holbo. Gets it out of the box, but Queens trying to mount another attack. Substitutions with 22 minutes remaining in the regulation as Thibaut Chrétien back in the match. This will get ready to boot this one once more. So the sun has gone down here in Greenwood. Time is running out on Lander here. Their final home match of the year. All deflected over the inline, and a corner kick coming up for Lander. Let's see if this is an opportunity for the Bearcats to get something going here.
Corner kick, Lander.
First corner kick of the night for the Bearcats, and they're on the board with Jordan Skelton. Skelton took the header off the corner from Oliver Brock, and just like that, Lander within a goal, 20-30 remaining, and the Bearcats get on the board.
Goal by number 4, Jordan Skelton.
His 7th goal of the season, assist by Oliver Brock, and Lander has cut the deficit in half, 2-1. Well, the first corner kick of the night for the Bearcats, and Lander wasted no time. The 6'4" captain, Jordan Skelton, putting the Bearcats on the board. Now Lander going to try to get the equalizer here. It's Chrétien. Take the throw in for the Bearcats, 20:07 to go. Austin Clement back in for Queens. Ball played into the box, nearly found Chrétien, but it was knocked away by the Royals. Offsides flag goes up once more against the Royals. Batted about on the Royals' half of the pitch. We'll have a foul against Lander, 17:43 to play. Chrétien near side, looking for space, has it poked out of play by the Royals. Newton will take the throw in. Bearcats find a way to get their second goal of the night and tie this match up. Landers got 16 plus minutes to do it. Bearcats will get their second corner kick.
Substitution for Lander, number 18,
Sia Jamadar checking in.
Juan Carlos Carrillo.
Well, the Bearcats' last corner kick resulted in a header goal from Skelton. That was from the far side, now on the near side. Brock sends it in. Lemus came way out to get a piece of that one. Did not want to give Skelton a clean look. Ball shot in. Lemus able to deflect it away, but another corner kick for Lander. Aggressive shot attempt there. I believe that was Demutin who fired it from beyond the box. George Knight back in the match for the Bearcats. And Oliver Brock, he'll take the corner from the spot where Lander was able to convert for their first goal. Sends it along the line and over the net. Out of play, goal kick coming up for Queens. Under 14 minutes to go here. Bearcats down a goal. Demutin taken down, and we'll get a foul. We'll go against the Royals. 13 minutes and change to go. Bearcats down 2-1. Nice ball crossed in, but headed away by Queens. Bryan will collect it right side. Looking to make a move. Now he'll roll one out of play. Long shot into the upper left corner, and Landers knotted it up. Hello, Richard Bryan. With 12:17 to go, Lander has evened it up. My goodness, Richard Bryan from way downtown, an absolute missile. And the Bearcats are back. 2-2 our score. Folks, you won't see many shots better than that one. Richard Bryan, his third goal of the season, and it could not have come at a better time for the junior from Enfield, England. 11:48 to play, and we are even. Jemadar heads it over to Brock. I want to give back to Chrétien. Queens comes out with it. Bearcats have erased a 2-goal deficit here in the second period, trying to continue the comeback. Deep pass, but Skelton goes high for it. Jemadar tangled up as the Royals knock it out of play. Ball sent into the box. Kvesev's got it at his feet. He's going to go right with it. Kvesev going to loft a shot, but over the mark. Whistle and foul against Lander. 8:55 left in regulation. No sign of slowing up for either side here. Queens trying to regain some momentum. Lander trying to continue to pressure and capitalize. Cox Ashwood gives it off to Brock. Now Brock, a little too much on that pass as the Bearcats unable to run it down. Lima sends that one to midfield. Skelton ushered along the back line. Bryant along midfield. Ricochets it off a Royal defender. Deep throw in looking for Demutin. Pass back to the middle. Kvesev now gives to Brock. He'll hand it off to Lund. Lund has it knocked away from him. Skelton there brings it near side. Seven minutes remaining in regulation. 2-2 our score. Cox Ashwood will draw the offsides flag. Freshman from Wittenheim, France, trying to beat the Royals. A little too eager. 6:45 to play. 2-2 our score. Bolton back to Knight. He'll send it to the middle. Chrétien fighting for possession. Instead, Jamadar are going to come out with it. Jamadar near sideline. Demutin racing ahead of him. Chrétien to his right. Plays it back to the freshman. Chrétien in the middle. Give it to Cox Ashwood. Could not handle the pass. A little behind him. The ball deflected out to Demutin. Jamadar play it right to Bolton as they move it back towards the Bearcat bench. Now Kavessa. One touch to Knight. Knight, center of the pitch. Wanted to get it to Kavessa for Chrétien, cutting into the top of the box, but the ball deflected away. Skelton and Knight playing deep for the Bearcats. Trying to prevent any sort of attack from the Royals. Now to Demutin. Wanted to get to Cox Ashwood once more. Queen's defense stands up to the challenge. Skelton, range overhead that one. What a weapon to have along your back line. A 6'4 junior. Such a high IQ in his ability to anticipate passes and get in position. 5:18 remaining in regulation. We are even at 2 here at Van Taylor Stadium. Rickson Lane with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Glad to have you join us tonight. What has been a very entertaining contest. Queens Royals built a 2-0 advantage before Lander came storming back. Non-conference tilt here in Greenwood. Demutin battling for the ball. Keegan Burton. The Royals trying to put together an attack. Ball sent right side. This is Burton. In traffic, defended and knocked away by Lander. Skelton could not keep it from going over the end line. Neither could Holbo. Corner kick coming up for the Royals as the clock will tick down under 4 minutes in the second period. To the left of the box. Whistle. Goal kick coming up for Holbo. 3:30 left in regulation. Pass sent to Cox Ashwood in the center. Sandwiched by 2 Royal defenders. And a whistle against Lander. They'll stop the clock with 3:11 to play. I think we may get a card here. And they carded Oliver Brock. 3:11 to go. Free kick coming up for Queens. Bearcats able to head that one out of play. It'd be a throw in for the Royals. 3 minutes to go in regulation. 2-2 our score. And the whistle goes against Queens. Skelton will take the free kick. Holbo will come up and collect that one after a couple of hops. And Skelton will take it from him. These two teams, no strangers to extended matches. Between the two of them, they've played 8 overtime matches this year. 5 for Queens, 3 for Lander. The Royals are 1-0-4 this year in overtime contests. Bearcats are 2-0-1. Minute 20 to go. Lander might have one last crack at the winner. Demutin will take the throw in. Looking for someone. Tries to get to Cox Ashwood. He was brought down from behind. No whistle, we play on. Demutin back over to Jamadar. Jamadar clear right side. Kavesith gonna take it. Kavesith's got some space. Sends it into the box. Was looking for Chrétien, but knocked away by Queens. Bolton with it now. 50 seconds to play. Bryan tackled, whistle, and the clock will stop with 44 seconds to go. Lander's going to get a free kick here from beyond the box after Bryan was tackled, and we've got another card. 14 for Queens. It's Omar Okader. With 44 seconds to play. It'll be Oliver Brock to take the free kick. We've got the whistle, and Brock will send it in. Deflected. Kavesith took it out of the air, but the shot deflected once more. 38 seconds. Brock will send it back in again. Headed away by the Royals. Chrétien with 30 seconds to go in regulation. Gives it to Bolton. And the ball deflected towards the Royals bench. Bryan will watch it. Roll out of play. And it looks like we're going to head to overtime in Greenwood. They'll throw it deep to Holbo, who will play it at his feet, boot it away. Extra time coming up from Greenwood. 2-2 our score. Lander and Queens will go to OT when we return to Van Taylor Stadium. You're listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network.
2-2. We will move to the first overtime in approximately 5 minutes.
Overtime in Greenwood, South Carolina. Rickson Lane back with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Lander and Queens knotted up at 2 apiece. As we return to action, the Bearcats fell behind 2-0 on a first-half own goal and a second-half score from Edmundo Robinson. But Lander rallied off a header from Captain Jordan Skelton and a beautiful goal from Richard Bryan to even the score at 2. So we go to overtime. 4th overtime match of the year for Lander, the 6th overtime match of the season for the Queens Royals. This is a Royals team that has drawn 4 times this year, opposed to Lander, which has just 1 tie on its resume. Road match at Young Harris. The Bearcats rallied in that one. So we'll have a whistle as Robbie Young is brought to the ground. On the pitch, Lander has outshot Queens 9-6. 5 shots on goal for the Royals, 4 for the Bearcats. 3 saves made by Alexander Holbo, 2 made thus far tonight by Sergio Lemus for Queens. Corner kicks are even at 4. There have been 4 offsides penalties against Queens, 2 against the Bearcats. 14 fouls against the Royals, 9 against Lander. 4 yellow cards issued, 2 against each squad. Folger and Brock have drawn the cards for Lander. Robinson and O'Kyer have been carded for Queens. First to score will take a hard-earned victory here in Greenwood. Lander trying to build on a 14-match home winning streak. They extended that streak Saturday night in a 2-1 win over Carson Newman in front of 406 fans, the 5th largest crowd in program history. They got a goal from George Knight and the game winner from Thibaut Chrétien. Knight assisted on that goal. He was named the Peach Belt Conference Defender of the Week for his efforts. And the 240 fans who have braved the crisp autumn air tonight have been treated to a dandy. 2-2 our score in overtime. The Bearcats came into the match averaging 305 fans per home match. That ranks 2nd in the conference. They're going to fall just shy of averaging 300 in the regular season. Would have been just the 2nd time in the history of the program Lander drew an average of 300 fans per every home match. They did it in 2015, Lee Squire's first season. Whistle against the Royals, free kick coming up. Looks like Brock took the tumble. That will be foul number 16 against the Royals. There have been 25 called in this match. So Brock's going to take the free kick as Lemus tries to direct traffic from his keeper position. Brock, who had the assist on the first goal of the night for Skelton. He's right in front of the net. Royals build the wall. Brock will lob it in. Lemus lost the handle for a moment but comes away with it. He'll boot it deep. Tyler Bolton heads it near side. He and Skelton converge on it. Bolton unable to save it. Brock tried to sneak it under the crossbar and over the outstretched arms of Lemus, but unable to do so. Bearcats come up with the tackle, and they'll try to mount the attack now. They got Lofts with it. He's going to give it off to Bryan. Bryan want to make a run in the middle. Bryan got to send it left side. Robbie Young. One touch for Young, working left of the box. Young under pressure. Has it tapped away by the Royals. Whistle and a foul against the sophomore from Scotland. Would have been a good opportunity there for Lander, but they're unable to convert. Halfway through the first overtime period. Now the Royals got a chance to run. Hobo will come out and grab that one just inside the outline of the box. 4:50 to go in the first overtime. 2-2 our score. Skelton. Send it near side to Demutin. Corentin Demutin, sophomore out of France. He'll give it off to Young. Young plays it in the middle. This is Jamadar. Back to Bolton as the Bearcats try to create some space here. 4:25 to go in overtime, first session. Turn and now some room for the Bearcats as Jamadar pushes it far sideline. That one deflected off of a Royal throw in to the Bearcats. They get it in quickly to Bryan. Bryan trying to make some space available. Ball booted out of play, another throw in for Lander. Under 4 to go in the first overtime, and Bryan's going to take a quick stroll and let everyone set up. Skelton and Knight charging their way into the box as Lander empties the back line. See if Bryan uncorks a deep one here. He'll put it to the near side of the box. Lander unable to get a piece of it. The Royals come out with it. Brock with a great tackle. Now Brock and Bryan working far side. It'll be Brock who'll try to turn the corner. Pitches it into the box, but no one home, and now the Royals want to run. They got a 2-on-2, make it a 3-on-2. Gonna zip it left side. Bearcats racing to get back and deflect it away. Beautifully done as Demutin covered a lot of ground. 3:15 to go in OT. Lund open near side. They'll cross it to him. Battle for the ball taken away by the Royals. That one defended away by James. Now James swerving back to the middle. They'll play it back to Maciel. 2:55 to go in OT. Queens trying to set up an offensive attack here. Instead, the ball ushered by Skelton over to Holbo. They'll get it away as Jamadar heads it back towards midfield. Cross into the box. Knight able to get a piece of it. Offsides flag went up, but George Knight with a great effort. Don't want to leave it in the whistles of the officials at this point with 2:25 to go. Queens takes it away. Demutin got a piece of that pass. Skelton pops it high in the air. The Bearcats really seem to be in control of this overtime in the early minutes. Now here late, looks like Queens is the team that's playing at the pace they want to. 1:50 left in the first overtime. Royals tried to sneak one through a lot of traffic. Bryan came out with it. Pass into the Bearcat bench, and we'll have substitutions.
Substitution for Queens, number 13.
Queens will go to Adam Ward. 1:30 to go in the first overtime. Long throw in. A whistle, and they're going to call a foul on the Royals. Clock will stop with 1:18 as the Royals threw the ball away, and Lander was going to have to race after it. Holbo sending his troops deep. Ball played in the center. Final minute of overtime. $50 seconds to go. Knight heads that one away once more. Bolton turns it up with 38 seconds to play. On the far side, Lund had it taken. And the Royals want to send it in the center. Holbo's got to come out for it. Ball still free, and that'll do it. Queens gets the game winner with 24 seconds left in the first overtime, and the Royals upset the 17th ranked Bearcats 3-2 your final score. Lander will fall to 10-2-2 on the season.
Tonight's game with a score, Lander 2,
Queens will improve to 7-5-4. That'll do it for the first match of the night. The women take the field next. Lander against Georgia College. You're listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network.
Be sure to follow Lander Athletics on all of its social media platforms and visit LanderBearcats.com for the most updated information regarding Lander men's soccer postseason news. The Lander men's soccer senior night program will begin momentarily. Those participating in the senior night program can make their way to the field now.
Fans, at this time, we'd like to honor 9 Bearcat soccer players who are participating in their final season at Lander University. Our first senior is George Rose. A midfielder from St. Albans, England, George has appeared in 14 matches with 1 goal in his Bearcat career. He's returning home following the year to obtain a master's in international business and marketing. His message to the team is to make the most of the time you have here at Lander because the 4 years goes quickly. Thank you to all. Ladies and gentlemen, George Rose. Our second senior is Joshua Belk. A defender from McDonough, Georgia, Joshua plans to graduate, start coaching, and continue working as a referee. He tells his teammates, thank you for the experience, keep working hard, and hopefully he'll see some of you in the pros. Ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Belk. Our third senior is Jamie Lunn. A forward from Larburf, Scotland, Jamie has appeared in 30 career matches, recording 5 goals and 2 assists. He plans to pursue a career in either professional soccer or sports journalism. He tells his team, thanks for the past 4 years. Had some great results and met some great people, but there's still more to come. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Lunn. Our fourth senior is Sam Lofts. Sam is escorted by his girlfriend, Megan Brown. A forward from Swindon, England, Sam is a 2-time all-conference performer. He's played in 51 matches, netting 24 goals and adding 14 assists. His 41 career points at Van Taylor Stadium are the most in program history. He plans to be a graduate assistant for the next 2 years and then pursue a career as a collegiate soccer coach. He tells his team thank you for the fantastic memories, and he wishes the team the best for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Lofts. Our fifth senior is Alex Garner. A defender from Grimsby, England, Alex has appeared in 19 matches, making 7 starts. He plans to graduate in May and either enter the workforce or pursue his master's. He tells his team thanks to everyone for a great 2 years, both on and off the field, and all the best in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Garner. Our sixth senior is Ross Catley Davies. Ross is escorted by his parents, Chris Davies and Marin Catley. A midfielder from Kenilworth, England, Ross plans to attend either graduate or medical school after graduation. He tells his team good luck both on and off the field next season, and thanks for everything. Ladies and gentlemen, Ross Catley Davies. Our seventh senior is Caleb Finner. Caleb is escorted by his girlfriend, Maddie Nall. A midfielder from Greenwood, South Carolina, Caleb has appeared in 8 matches during his Bearcat career. After graduation, he plans to work as an investment specialist. He tells his team time flies, so make sure you've achieved what you want by the end. Ladies and gentlemen, Caleb Finner. Our 8th senior is Ian Folger. He is escorted by his girlfriend, Hannah Newton. A defender from Haverhill, England, Ian has appeared in 55 matches, making 45 starts. He's recorded 2 goals and 2 assists. After this year, he plans to attend grad school for accounting. He tells his team it's been a pleasure spending 4 years around a top group of people, both on and off the field. All the best for next year. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Folger. Our 9th and final senior is Jordan Lewis. A defender from Huddersfield, England, Jordan has appeared in 2 career matches. He plans to return home after graduation, find a job, and start his own business. He tells his team it's been a pleasure playing and meeting everyone. Hope everything works out well in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Lewis. This group of seniors has compiled a 44-16-6 overall record under the direction of Lee Squires and Van Taylor, with 2 NCAA tournament appearances and a Peach Belt Conference regular season title. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 Lander Men's Soccer Seniors.